This video describes a hike on the slopes of Mount Hood from Timberline Lodge, down the Pacific Crest Trail, and up the Salmon River. This backpacking trip takes about 3 days and is best to do during the summer months, preferably August, when it's a little drier and there's no threat of snow. The hike begins at Timberline Lodge and heads south along the Pacific Crest Trail, then cuts over on the Jackpot Meadows Trail and then up the Salmon River Trail. I did this trip completely on public transit using the Max line in downtown Portland, then the Sandy bus line, and then finally the Mount Hood Express up to Mount Hood and the Timberline Lodge there, where the trek begins. When you get to Timberline Lodge, just head north out of the parking lot and you'll soon intersect the Pacific Crest Trail. As you head south on the Pacific Crest Trail, it'll be mostly a green tunnel, but you'll occasionally have scenic vistas off to the west. It took me most of the morning riding public transit to get to Timberline Lodge, so I only made it to the lower Twin Lake on the first night, which has a beautiful campsite shown here. As you head south from the Twin Lakes Trail Junction, you'll have 3 opportunities to connect with the Jackpot Meadow Trail. I took the middle road, which is about a quarter-mile road walk. The junction with the Jackpot Meadows Trail is well signed. After hiking a few miles up the Jackpot Meadows Trail, you'll come to the meadow itself, which is a great place to look for wildlife. It looks like deer and elk might spend some time there. The Jackpot Meadows Trail is not particularly well maintained. When I hiked it, there were lots of downed limbs, and there were spots where the trail was a little tough to follow. But nonetheless, it was fairly easy walking, and there weren't any problems getting through the trail.
All right, so I'm approaching the Salmon River here for the first time on my trek, and looking forward to it. And there it is. Looks a little milky. Looks like I'll be drinking some grit over the next couple days. But that's okay. So we'll see where the trail takes me and where I cross.
Not long after the first crossing of the Salmon River, the Jackpot Meadows Trail ends and the Salmon River Trail begins. This intersection is a little bit tricky and has fooled some people, so make sure you look for the Salmon River sign to the right of the big sign.
All right, we arrived at the Mud River. We just drew some water from the river here. Even though it's named the Mud River, it's really quite clear, and doesn't have any of that white glacier silt in it that the Salmon River does, so my guess is I'll be getting a lot of my water from the tributaries of the salmon rather than the salmon itself. And it's time to cross the river. Bridge. Looks like a fair amount of algae growing in there. This bridge is nothing but a great big cedar log with a railing, but it worked for me.
There were lots of thimbleberry plants growing along the trail, but unfortunately it looked like I had missed the fruiting season.
This bridge kind of gave me the creeps.
There are a few downed trees along the Salmon River Trail, but nothing like the Jackpot Meadow Trail. It was really pretty easy going.
Hey folks, I normally don't do tours of my accommodations, but tonight's lodgings along the Salmon River are so nice, I thought I'd do a little tour. So this is the big layout. Let's start out with the clothes closet up there. And over here is the kitchen with the jet boil stove and the bear-proof pantry. And tonight's dinner is fettuccine parmesan alfredo with chunk-like tuna. Sounds pretty swanky. And over here we have the travel trailer, the camper, and tonight's accommodations, which is the hammock. And you'll notice that I have my trekking poles supporting my tarp to make it easier to get in and out and give me a little more air. That's called porch mode. So I guess this is my porch right here. So I actually have a front porch on my hammock. And right down here is the Salmon River, which is my bathtub, swimming pool, kitchen sink, pretty much the whole deal. While I was giving you the tour of my accommodations, I almost forgot to include my entertainment system. So over here we have the power generation system, the stereo, lighting, and the library. Pretty compact. Everything I could possibly need to keep myself amused in the backup. I'm at the intersection of the Lenny Creek Trail and the Salmon River Trail. That's Lenny Creek right on the other side of the Salmon River. And there's the continuation of the Lenny Creek Trail, which doesn't go too far. It goes up to a parking lot. And this is the spot where you're supposed to ford the river. There's no bridge here, just a couple cans. Walking the way you pick up the trail. Looks a little deep and nasty right here where the trail ends. I think if I were to ford the river, I'd go upstream a little bit here. There's some shallower, calmer water. But interesting little spot.
After passing the Lenny Creek Trail junction, the Salmon River Trail rises in elevation away from the river, which opens up some beautiful vistas up and down the valley. As you approach the trailhead of the Salmon River Trail, both the signage and the traffic increase. After the Salmon River Trail ends at the parking lot, the old Salmon River Trail begins and goes for about 2 miles parallel to the highway. Finally, the old Salmon River Trail ends at the trailhead, and then from there you have about a 3-mile road walk to Welch's and the bus stop. From the little village of Welch's, you can pick up the Mount Hood Express bus, which takes you back to the city of Sandy, and from there another bus to Portland.